What is up, Flutter devs? In some of the recent exercises or coding challenges that we've done, we ran into a situation where setting the size in setup for our processing sketch, we really wanted to be able to query the width and height immediately after setting it, and we couldn't because we set the size and then later we are given the size at two different times. And I said in those exercises, really, we should just go ahead and immediately report the desired width and height so that we can write sketches that look like what other processing developers are used to writing. And that's what we're going to do today. So hopefully this won't take more than just a few minutes here. We want to go find our existing behavior here, something about desired width and height. Here we are in our standard core implementation. And we have a desired width and a desired height, which are different than the actual width and height. And let's see, where's the actual width and height? This sets the desired width and height. And then there's this underscore size. Underscore size right here is set by the custom painter. Now that information could still be valuable. It might be good for us to know the actual size. I will keep that around for now. However, back where that was being referenced, these are public methods that are used by people who are writing sketches. Get the width, get the height. Right now, these are each returning the actual width and the actual height, which might be different from the desired width and height. Again, the problem here is that when we set the size, we have to wait an entire frame before the actual size is updated to reflect the change. This means that, let me see if I can go find one of our examples here. Let's go to Starfield. We set the size, but then right down here, we want to use the size. We can't set the size and then immediately use the size with the current setup that we have. We have to wait a frame and then we can query the size. What we're going to do instead is we're going to have width and height just return the desired values. We will say desired width and desired height. There may be times where that is technically a lie, but most of the time, those numbers should match up, and this resolves that timing issue. Now let's see if this happens to break any of our tests. All right, it didn't break any of our tests, so none of our tests depended upon having access to the precise or real physical size when it's finally reported. But with this change, again, we're going to be able, I think, to follow a lot of processing examples directly instead of having to do, like right back here, what we can do is we can set the width, let's say to 1600 and the height to 900, get rid of those variables, and then we can say s.width then s.height. That should work. Let's run it and find out. Might take a minute or so to build here. But now we set the size and we immediately query the size. That's going to be a convenient relationship, a convenient thing to do in terms of timing. And hopefully we will see the same star field that we're used to seeing as soon as the build is done. And it looks pretty good. Once we get large enough to actually get the boundary, that's what we would expect. Let's see, we can do a hot restart. That flicker that you saw is because it always begins at 100 by 100. Again, another minor thing to fix on another day. But it looks like everything is still working, and it doesn't look like we're getting any errors down here in the console, which is what we would expect if some value wasn't available. So now that timing issue is gone. That's one more frustration out of the way. And with that change made, I'll see you in the next video.